Hey everybody, it's good to see you all. I hope everyone is well. Coming to you today with another music vlog. It's going to be a little bit different. The ones that I've chosen thus far have been songs that I've really enjoyed and songs that I've kind of used to support a claim. This one is going to be a little bit different. Today I want to talk about a song. It's called The Mask by Craig Morgan. And what I want to do is look at it because I think what it says, while I kind of gather maybe the intent behind it, I think it's kind of problematic with what it's stating because I disagree with its overall statement. We're going to look at the lyrics. We're going to look at some verses out of the Bible that maybe confirm what this is saying, but also some that I believe are fully in denial of what this song is saying. The song is really it's about a guy who wears this mask when he's out in public. He hides all of his emotions, but when he gets home, he takes that mask off because he feels that he's alone, that he doesn't have to hide anything, and when he's taking this mask off, the line is, "It's just me and God when I take off the mask," which I also kind of find problematic as well. And we'll dive more into that as we go. Before we continue, though, I do want to say that this time right now in which I'm recording this, we've had two shootings around the country, one very close to where I'm at now in Atlanta and one in Boulder, Colorado, and prayers to the victims and their families because this is never something that should happen, especially in today's modern society when we want to say how technologically advanced we are, how far we've come from being a primitive species or however you want to call it. This should not be happening in our world today. And I think we have to do something about that. We have to figure out a way to protect people and to better understand why things like this are happening. Do we need more mental health resources? Do we need better gun control? What is it that's going to make us a better society? Not necessarily a Christian society, which is a claim that a lot of people want to use, but a society that is whole, that cares for one another, that loves one another. And I think that's something that we all have to come together to work on, no matter what religion we are, no matter what ethnic background, sexuality, no matter what kind of race or ethnicity, anything. Nothing should withhold that from being a goal that we have right now in our modern society. So I wanted to throw that out there because I didn't want to do this video and just ignore that elephant in the room. So let's get into the song. I'm gonna play it, invite y'all to listen to it, listen to the lyrics, think about what stands out to you, and then we'll kind of go through it and I'll kind of dissect it and we can look at it together. So let's listen to The Mask by Craig Morgan.
Hey, I got pains inside of me, pains I don't let people see. I say I'm fine cause I know they see me strong. Behind my eyes, inside my soul, feels like I'm digging a deeper hole. But I put on a smile, I lie and I hold on. Cause when I get home and it's late at night, no one's around and I turn off the light, I cry and scream and yell like a crazy man. I don't have to pretend that I'm doing well. I can tell the world it can go to hell. It's just me and God when I take off the mask.
All right, so I want to pause the song there because, again, I think there's a ton to dissect in this song, and so I just want to take the first verse and the chorus here, and really dive dive into it. So at the beginning, the first line, he's acknowledging that there's feelings, like there's emotions inside, but people don't get to see them. There's the general saying in the next line, "I'm fine," because in the verse, "I know they see me strong." Okay, I get it. I mean, full disclosure, that's what I've done for a lot of my life. Until I did my clinical pastoral education, and I was basically forced to, speak about a lot of feelings and recognize a lot of that stuff within myself. I was exactly this way. And I still am to a great extent today. There are feelings, there are emotions, all of this stuff is inside of you, and you don't want people to see them because it may be perceived as weak. It may be looked at as a way in which you are compromised from doing whatever job it is you're doing, or just being an individual that people look up to, whatever it is. But it really, these next couple of lines really get at why this is a problem, because feels like I'm digging a deeper hole right there. I never thought of it that way. It was more of that bottled up. It was all of that stuff keeps getting pushed down and down, and you got this bottle that it keeps getting pushed into. And as these things keep getting pushed into, I don't know if y'all can hear it, the dog's running around in the back. But as this stuff is getting pushed down, it's like those make your own soda machines. When you push that button on the top and all that pressure goes into it, that's what's happening. You keep pressing and pressing and pressing, and eventually one of two things is going to happen. Either the top's going to explode off, or the bottle itself is going to explode, and all that emotion is going to come out, and usually that's going to come out in a really unhealthy way, okay? And we see that he's putting on this mask. He is putting on a smile. He's lying and holding it in. When he says that he's fine, he knows that he's not. He knows that he is lying to everyone's face, that the emotions are eating at him. He is feeling like he is falling deeper and deeper into this well of emotions, and he can't get out of it. And what happens is, and I do think this is where it's a good thing. He does let the emotion out. He finds a way to let the emotion out in what could generally be looked at, perhaps not, a somewhat healthy way. Because he does go home, he doesn't use any kind of substance to get around it. It does not appear there's any kind of self-harm or anything like that, but he just yells and screams. He turns off all the lights, and he doesn't have to pretend that he's doing well. He can let all that emotion out. And I think that's really important, because when you've got all of that stuff pent up inside you, that clamp is just tightening in your chest over and over and over again as that emotion just winds up. And then just at least, whether it's Craig Morgan or whoever you want to picture as the person in this song, they don't have to continue to hold it in. They're able to let it out in a pretty healthy way. And they find comfort that it's just them and God. Like, God sees all of this. I would argue that God is seeing all of it before. Because God isn't just there when you take off the mask. God sees everything. God knows us from the moment we are started to be woven in the womb. and that is until the day that we pass away. God is with us, God sees us. And whether we are wearing a mask to present to the people around us is not a concern to God. God's not worried about that. And so I want to look at a couple of verses because I believe even here we see the contradiction. Because if we look at Proverbs 29, for example, a fool gives full vent to his spirit. We see that he's venting. Proverbs is saying that a fool gives it vents, but a wise man quietly holds it back. That's what Proverbs says. But Ecclesiastes 3 says that there's a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. There's a time to weep here, to let that emotion out. So even here, we see that there's that contradiction, which, believe it or not, is found all over the Bible, these contradictions. And that's okay because it gives us room to look at it and interpret and to place it in our context. But we see here that maybe there is a time to hold things back. You don't want to just be raw emotion all the time, because that may cloud your judgment. You know, for example, another one from Proverbs in 15, you know, a hot-tempered man stirs up strife. If you're just hot-tempered all the time, you're going to cause issues in your personal life, in your work environment, whatever it may be. You're going to cause these issues. But, you know, and, you know, it may be wise to hold that back. But there's also a time when you can be hot-tempered. There may be a time when you need to be angry. There may be time when strife is inevitable. And so that's where I really get into this song, and I kind of have contradicting issues, is that there needs to be times in which that emotion shows. You don't always have to say, I'm fine. Because behind his eyes in the song, he's digging a deeper hole. And digging that hole deeper and deeper is not healthy. It's not going to help you in the long run. It's not going to help anybody in the long run. Because, again, if you say you're a hot-tempered person, as you continue to hold in that temper, it's just going to build up and build up and build up. And then that strife that explodes out of you is going to be way worse. So much worse. And so I think that's something that we really have to remember, because it's okay to show emotion. It's okay to have feelings. Jesus wept. Jesus wept for his friend that had died. Even though Jesus knew that his friend was going to be alive again in a few more minutes, Jesus still wept. Jesus saw that scene, had that emotion, and did not hide it behind a mask. He did not say, I'm fine. Let's move on. Let me show you this miracle of which I'm about to perform. That's not what happened. What happened was Jesus wept. And we see Jesus have emotion throughout, having compassion for people that no one else cared about, having love for people that no one else loved. And we see Jesus get angry. We see Jesus flip the temple tables because of all of that emotion that he had, and he let it show. And I think that is really what we can take moving forward from this song. So I've talked a lot longer than I planned to, just on the first verse and the first chorus. So I want to continue to play the song, and I might pause it again. I might not. Let's just keep going. So the video ended up being a lot longer than I expected. So I want to actually split this video up into two parts. So this is the end of the first part. Congratulations, you made it this far. The first part, it went through the first verse and the first chorus. The second part will open up with the playing of the rest of the song and the further discussion. Thanks for watching so much. I really hope that you have enjoyed this first section, and I hope that you'll watch part 2. Thanks.